Hello and welcome in. My name is Mark, aka the Markster. This is video number 64 in the FreeCAD series. So this user named UR underscore has created some interesting macros that allow you to add datum points, datum planes, datum lines, and coordinate systems in the part workbench. These are tools normally used in part design, but it would be useful to have these also available in the part workbench. And I believe it's also going to be useful to have another macro, not shown here, to create a new sketch from within the part workbench rather than having to switch back and forth between part and sketcher. So the video today is going to be on recreating these macros and adding them to a custom menu that will appear when you switch to the part workbench. So here I'm using FreeCAD 0.19 revision 20221. At this point, this is a couple weeks old, so there are some newer snapshots available. I just haven't gotten around to updating in the last 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm going to put a link in the description to where you can go here and download these files if you want to. Also, if you scroll down and go to what's currently page 3, I added links to the toolbar icons that we can download and use for this. So click on each one. Download. And now I have in my documents folder within FreeCAD a folder for icons. So I am going to put these into there. Okay, so that's in my FreeCAD icons folder. Now let's go ahead and create these macros. Go to macro menu, macros, very short macros, so there's not a lot of point of downloading the ones that you are created, but you can if you want to. So the first one is going to be a new sketch. This is not one available for download. I'm going to add it to that post, but it's not there yet. So for here we'll put import sketcher and app.activeDocument.add run command sketcher underscore new sketch. and save it. And back to macros, create a macro. This one we'll call new datum point. And this is app.activeDocument.add object. Part design colon what is it called? Datum point. Maybe there is a point to downloading. Save this one. Let me go to part design and create a body and create a datum point in there. Okay, and yes. So let's see. Part design point is the command we need. Datum point. So this is a part design point. Oops. And we're not going to have a space here. So that's the one for the datum point. And for the datum line, make one for that as well. And that one's going to be a line object, part design line object. And the plane is going to no doubt be part design plane. Yes. And the LCS is going to be part design coordinate system local_CS. So we've got the sketch, the datum point, and now we need to do the datum line and the datum plane. Let's do the datum line. Macros. Create a new macro. New datum line. Be sure to get your capitalization right if you're typing these in. This is app.activeDocument, uppercase A, uppercase D, and then dot recompute, and that's the lowercase. And here with add object, you've got the capital O in there. So that's the line. So we've got the sketch, the point, the line. Now let's do the plane. Go to the macro menu, macros, create a new macro, new datum plane. Okay. Notice sometimes I use the double quotes, sometimes a single. It doesn't matter. In Python, which one you use. We'll save that one. Now the local coordinate system. I'm just going to copy this and I'll paste that into the other macro for the coordinate system. Create new and then right click and paste, and this will be coordinate system. And it's called local CS, but any name will be fine. For design coordinate system. Be sure to get the capitalization correct. This must be correct, the correct exact spelling. This one, this part here, it could be anything, almost. Alright, so we got our new sketches, our new datum points, our new datum lines, new datum planes, and a new coordinate system macros. Now, I'm going to go ahead and close these. Alright, and go into macro. Let's put these into the toolbar. So go down to new coordinate system. We'll take them in order here. Select this object, this selection. Click the toolbar icon. You need to be in 0.19 or you will not have this option. Right, and I'm going to add a tooltip here. Add a new coordinate system. And for the pixel map, this is the toolbar icon. Select these three dots here. And now they've appeared up here for me. Probably not going to appear up here for you unless you have told FreeCAD already that within your documents folder you have FreeCAD/icons. And you can do that right here where it says icon folders. Click that. You see I've already got mine added. If you don't have anything there, click the plus icon. Select your wherever you put your icons at. In my case, I have them here. And I would select folder to add it to there. But I've already got it, so I don't need to do that. If you don't have that, your icons are not going to show up. And they'll show up right here at the top. So if you just now added it, you might have to close and reload and do this again. You might even need to shut down and restart FreeCAD to get your icons to show up. So this is going to be add a new coordinate system. Okay, and I'll select this icon and I'll click add, and see here walkthrough instructions, fill in missing fields, which in this case was the tool tip, is the only thing I added, plus the adding the pixel map. So fill in missing fields, then click add, and then close. So we click the add to put it into here and close. Okay, so now I've already got this custom toolbar set up in my global folder, but I don't want to add this to this global custom toolbar. Instead, I want to put it in part. So I select the part workbench from the drop down here, and then new, and I'm going to call this part workbench extras. It doesn't matter what name you give it. And then I will click this right arrow button to add it to this new Part Workbench Extras custom toolbar. It's only going to show up when I'm in the Part Workbench. And then I'll hit close. And I'll do this one for the datum line toolbar. Add a new datum line. And that'll be that icon. I'll click add, close. And I don't want to add it to my global custom. I want to add it to that one in Part Workbench. So I have to select Part Workbench. I'm going to expand this just to see what's already in there. I don't want to add the same thing twice. Now datum plane. And the tooltip will be add a new datum plane. And this will be the datum plane icon, and add, close it, go up here and choose your Part Workbench again, expand it, right arrow here, close, another datum point, toolbar. Let's add a tooltip here, add a new datum point. Add it, close. Remember to switch to your Part Workbench unless you want it in your global toolbar, which would be fine too if that's what you want. Be sure the datum point is selected here, which it should automatically be for you. I added it twice, so I'm going to remove one. So it's a good idea to expand this so you can confirm that you've added it and not more than once. So now close. And the last one is a sketch. And we'll go to toolbar. Add a new sketch. And there's our icon for that. Add, close. And don't forget to go to Part, expand it, right arrow, close. So now when we go to Part, our new icons are there for our new tools. I haven't tested them yet, so that would be a good idea. Let's add a coordinate system. And that worked. And let's add a point. I'm going to put the cube here, and I'm going to remap this point to this corner here. Now in Part Design, you can select a point ahead of time and create a new datum point, and it'll map it automatically to that area, to the pre-selected object. But it's not going to work like that here because it's we're just adding the datum point to the object. We're not running the command that would add it and that would also open that attachment dialog. So what we have to do is add it and then remap it. So we select down here in the properties, select map mode, and then come up and select our reference. So now you can see I have two datum points on diagonal corners. Now let's add a datum line. Try that one out, and it worked. Select the datum line, and I'm going to map that to, yeah, I don't want to select that vertex, although I could. It will work just fine. But I'm going to hide this cube temporarily. And I want to select the datum points. Alright. Clear that error. And now redisplay the cube. And now let's try the datum plane. Alright, by default it's going to be on the XY plane, so we'll have to remap it as well. Map mode. Select our datum plane. Our datum line, excuse me. And then select objects XZ or YZ, depending on how we want this done. Or we could rotate around one of those axes as well. But this is what I want. And now the new sketch will map to what you have selected, pre-selected. So if we pre-select this datum plane, document has no attribute run command. So I've got a little error in my macro. Sorry about that. This is the new sketch macro. Let's edit that. Yeah, this is a GUI command, not app.active document. GUI.run command. Sketch or new sketch. Save that. Let's try this again. We'll select this datum plane, create the new sketch, and we'll choose that map mode. And when you double click it, you go into your sketcher. And when you finish editing, you end up back in part. So this is a nice little seamless integration with the part workbench. The only thing I don't like is it flipped it around like that. Let's see what I want to do here. And extrude that sketch. Let's go in the reverse direction. Undo that. Apply it again. And close. I'm not making a model, just demonstrating. And of course we could do our cut or whatever we want to do here. Okay, well that's going to be it for today. This is how you can add a custom toolbar. Notice now if we could switch to another workbench, let's just go to draft. notice I have my global toolbar here, but I don't have that special part toolbar. It's not going to show up in any other workbench except in part. It's the only place I want it at. If you want it in all your workbenches, then make it a global one. And I'm going to add this macro also to that post here where I have these icons. Hopefully it'll let me I know there's a limit on how many files you can have. Let's see, documents. FreeCAD, macros, new sketch. It's not letting me do it because you can only have so many attachments. It looks like 5 is the limit. So I need a new and the new sketch macro. Alright, so I'm going to have a link to this post and to this original post as well, so you can find this and download these macros if you'd prefer to download them instead of typing them in yourself. Of course, you'll have to put them in your here it is. You'll have to put them in the correct folder, in your macros folder, and you can find that macros right here is your where you would need to put it. If you don't see anything listed here, click this 3 dots, select the folder where you want to put your macros, and I recommend create a subfolder called icons within this macros folder and keep your icons there too. That's how I do it. You could use the already existing macros in Part Design Workbench for these. They're already in that list where you choose your icon. This list here. If you scroll down, and if you've already opened Part Design at some point in this session, you'll have here they are. You'll have these already. But the problem with using these, instead of copying those files and putting them where they'll appear, if you use the ones from Part Design in this section, if you use this one and that one, if you use these here, they're going to show up as black X's up here unless you've already opened Part Design that session. So I did that earlier when I was trying this out. I did a little run through before making the video, and it showed up as black X's up here because part design wasn't open yet. So hopefully that's as clear as mud to you. And that's going to be it for today. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.